So a condo is not a type of home. A condo is a type of ownership. So a condo is not a type of home. A condo is a type of ownership. Like you could be in this building here, and these could be privately owned. Across the street, same looking building, and that could be a condo. All right, so you can't see visually, you don't know what's a condo, what's not a condo, because it's not the type of building. It's the type of ownership. So what the ownership of a condominium is that inside your walls, you're gonna own that fee simple. So you own everything. So let's say we're all condo owners, right?
Like this. Alright.
So I own this one, you own this one, you own this one, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Inside our walls, I'm responsible for everything inside this wall. Outside the walls, we jointly are responsible for everything outside the walls. Okay? And so the buildings that you're most concerned about for condominium ownership are buildings that are old with elevators. Those are the ones that are going to most likely have the $850, sometimes even $1,200 condo fees. Now, when you write the offer over here, the second when we got this check mark here, got accepted. At that point, if there's a condominium association or a property owners association, the agent for the seller's got to deliver that to your agent, and then they deliver that to you as the resale disclosure. And the resale disclosure is going to give all whatever their special assessments in the building. It's going to be in the resale disclosure. There's going to be, and what a special assessment is we all pay, let's call it $200 a month. And let's say we have in the reserve account, like all of our $200 a month is pulled into a reserve account. And let's say that there's an unexpected, all the street lights got broken. And we had to replace all the street lights, right? But let's say we've pulled all of our $200 and now we have, call it $500,000 in a bank account, right? Because it's not just us, but it's also everybody else in the community. And the lights cost $250 to replace. Okay, but we don't want to take the 500 and get that lower, right? It has to be a certain level. So they would do a special assessment where they say, well, we have to raise another $250 to be able to pay for the lights. So we're going to do a special assessment of, in this case, let's call it $50. So we're going to raise your fees to $250 for 18 months. So we can collect the deficit of what we have to be able to fix the lights. Okay, so now how the decisions are made are going to be decided when the condominium's made a condominium. They make rules and regulations, and that's when they give you the disclosures. So all that information is going to be in the disclosures to be able to figure that out. Now, a good agent would be able to help you take a look at that and decipher and explain it to you.
If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell icon.
Now we go back to the financing since we're talking about, so with the bank is, there are going to be certain condominiums where they're not going to, if it's a conventional loan, if it's a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac backed loan, they're not going to be, they're not going to qualify. All right, and the reason for that, there's three typical reasons. Either the reserve account, this account right here, isn't high enough. Okay, the Fannie and Freddie don't like how low the reserve account. Or let's say these 9 units, let's say that these are homeowners and these are investors. So these are investor owned and these are occupant owned. All right, well the bank's not going to like that because they know that tenants aren't going to take care of the property the same way that the occupant owners will. Okay, so there's a certain ratio. If, let's say, instead of these being investors, let's say that these are people who are past due on their condo dues. So if there's a certain amount of people that are past due on their condo dues, then Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac won't back the loan. All right, and so what that means is that you may not get you can't get an FHA or VA loan. In those scenarios that I talked about, the 3 different ones, that's all going to be known from the resale disclosures, and there's a website we can figure that out as well.